Why is the cross the goal? Because cross is a place where Jesus Christ hung to give each and every one of us new life. That's the place where Jesus Christ took our sin and went there to die. That's the place where Jesus Christ allowed us to enjoy eternal relationship with God. That's the place where Jesus Christ gave us a new life. Right? That's the place. And once we realize that what God has done for us, once we realize what God has done for us, once we realize God has not spared his one and only Son and died for and gave him up for us, for our sin, then how can we not spend time with God? How can we not get on our knees and pray to God out of thanksgiving? See, Christian life is all about living out our lives in thanksgiving for what God has done. Right? I hate it when people say Old Testament is about rules and regulation, the laws. Old Testament is not about the law. Yeah, there is law in it. The laws are explained in the Old Testament more so than in the New Testament, but it works same way in the Old Testament. 10 Commandments does not begin by saying, you shall have no other God before me. 10 Commandments actually begin saying, I am the Lord your God who led you out of the land of Egypt. Then it goes on to say, you shall have no other gods before me. You know what that means? God is saying, I saved you. I gave you new life. I gave you freedom. Now, because I have given you all this, offer your life as a thanksgiving to me. Friends, as we go and as we sing, and as we we're going to sing a few more songs tonight, and then we're going to go out. I hope that if you will take one thing away from tonight, that it is that God has given each and every one of you new life to use it to rage on for God, to live passionately for God. And in order for us to do that, remember the cross. Remember what God has done for us. And get on our knees and open our Bibles. Do the work that is given to us. Do the mundane tasks in our life that God has given us so that we will build our foundation. And that way, we could display true passion, true intensity, true fervor, that we could truly burn for God. I'm going to ask the praise team to come up. And, we wanted to just spend some time in prayer. And that is, let's go to God and ask God for his strength. Let's ask God to give us strength as we declare once again in our lives that, yes, Lord, we're going to offer all of our lives to you every day. Not just expecting to do some superhero stuff, not expecting to do some big stuff, but every day, in the littlest thing, in the smallest thing, we will be faithful. And as we are faithful in those little things, that God, you would allow us to do great things for you. So can we all just lift up our voices? Ask God to help us to be faithful on the little things. Ask God to remind us once again the message of the cross, how he died for us and how he rose again victorious and how he gave us new life. Let's ask God to move in the midst of us, that we will go out and will truly rage on to bring about revival, not in our lives, at our church, schools, at our churches, in the city of Austin, in the central Texas region, the entire state, the nation, the world. We want to go there. We got to do the little things first. So let's ask God to help us be faithful in little things right now. Let's lift up our voices in prayer right now.